We're going up against the Dallas Mavericks. So yeah, man, I'm enjoying this gameplay. Basically, we keep winning every game, so that's what we're supposed to be doing. Is
it's the
2K
Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
I've been enjoying the gameplay.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Canadian Jeff Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. For Dallas, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And the Mavs are just so good at getting the looks they want. Always one of the more explosive teams in the league. What makes them so great on the offensive end, Jet?
Well, great shot selection. You know, Ernie, they're fifth in the league last year in field goal percentage. You know, they're patient, they move the ball around, and then when your best player, Dirk Nowitzki, takes great shots, it just bleeds into the rest of the team.
That's right. The iron leg assassin can bail you out of bad possession with that turnaround. That iron leg turnaround is deadly.
Yes, it is.
And iron means one in German.
Yeah.
Ein, zwei, drei, vier, fünf.
How many languages do you speak?
How do we know he's telling the truth?
Oh, I used to live in Germany.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss.
Auf Wiedersehen.
That means see you later, goodbye.
Yeah. Well, why don't you say that to Kevin Harlan?
Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, Kevin.
We've got basketball action at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. So for the Mavericks, their last game, a loss to Denver.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, overall, they played well enough to win, but their energy was just up and down. Too many miscues at key points in the game.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is known for his command of X's and O's. And he demands the same from his players. He tests them with tablets. They're shown a clip, it freezes, and then they're asked what they should do next. Zaza Pachulia said, I was like, come on, a test? I did this in school, but not in basketball. But it works. You take the test, and you start to remember things better. Evan?
Great stuff, D.A. Thank you. The NBA season can be a grind, Chris, especially in the meat of it, like right now. How do you stay sharp during these dog days of the season or the middle of the season?
That's a great question, Kevin. You just got to stay focused. I mean, whether that is how you eat, how you focus, or whether that's how you stay off of your feet. You just want to make sure you stay mentally sharp, you know, and a lot of that is hanging around your family and friends as well, making sure that you stay around those that love you to keep you pumped up.
Great points. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. John Lure's out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Johnson in at small forward. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Correa with him. Feeds to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Here's Nowitzki. They get the rebound. And it's blocked. Well, it was only a matter of time that they finally get the bucket. Mavericks on D. Caldwell Pope outside. It's Drummond top of the key. Johnson kicks to Jackson. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Passes it to Matthews. Barnes against Johnson. Nowitzki left side. 6 on the shot clock. 3 from Matthews. And it's Lure with the rebound. And it's on a bounce. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
That's just a clumsy turnover there. Just an errant pass that should have never been attempted.
And And so here is Dallas. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
And of course, this is a new season. Both teams have added new wrinkles. We'll see which one has made more progress.
And the Mavericks last season acquiring Wes Matthews, they thought they'd make a huge free agent coup in acquiring center DeAndre Jordan, but he ended up backing out of his verbal agreement and then staying with the LA Clippers.
Yeah, a real gut punch moment for a franchise that had been trying for years to acquire a star center to pair with Dirk Nowitzki. But they recovered nicely with the signing of Zaza Pachulia, who had a huge season for them.
Here's Perea following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to the inside. And so he draws the foul on the shot at trip to the line to shoot two.
And with his troubles at the free throw line, probably best to foul Bogut when he gets in close.
One area where Andrew Bogut doesn't get enough credit for is his awareness on the floor. On both ends, he always knows where all other non-players are, where they are looking and where they're headed. It's one reason why he can be so patient with the ball in his hands to let the play develop and make that pinpoint pass.
That one is off. And with Bogut, the awareness is on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, well, Bogut knows exactly where the line is with refs and goes right up to it as often as he can. He doesn't ever cross the line, but he knows exactly what he's doing, and sometimes he gets away with it.
No good on the second free throw.
An NBA all-rookie first team, and then much later, an NBA champion. And Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
And there have been questions if Reggie Jackson can act as a true point guard on a team, Chris. He's much more of a scoring guard, perhaps, than anything else.
Okay, have a career best for assists from Jackson in 2016. He just needed a chance. You doubt he'll ever be in the top 10 in the league in assists, but you don't need that from him. As long as he can get others involved while putting up some points, you'll be fine with that as a coach.
That's good from Jackson.
Oh, and Jackson is not just a terrific shooter, but a fantastic defender as well, using his great speed on both ends.
Now Perea provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Now here's Nowitzki. Defense is right there. Off the run, and too long on the shot. Distance leading by 8. Caldwell-Pope with a wide open look. There's the dish to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Now here's Lure, defended by Nowitzki. Tips it, and Drummond is right there. Drummond's got his second basket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Perea to the left wing. Here's Nowitzki. Detroit with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, this is why you keep adding better pieces to the back end of your roster. You never know when you're going to have to call on them.
Matthews, no one around him. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Detroit's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Outside Jackson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bogut. And here's Perea. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Nowitzki. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Nowitzki's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs. Johnson outside. Caldwell-Pope outside. Drummond the screen. Barnes against Johnson. Pocket 6. He took good advantage of that screen. Jackson's got 9.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Screen by Bogut. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Dallas shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Measuring, he's checked in for Bogut. Mike Powell comes in for Barnes. Devin Harris is checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Williams in for J.J. Barea. And so Nowitzki knows both of them.
And yet, just another thing he does well. He just has a certain feel for this game.
Now here is Harris. Out to Morris. Lets it go from deep. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Pistons ahead. They're up by 9. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And here's Prez on the importance of preparing for games.
No, man, look, I've always been a gym rat. But Justice, man, he really helped me see the difference between just, going through the motions and practicing with a purpose. And I've always valued my pregame preparation, but now it's like so much more. And I got to say, it's all thanks to him.
Well, is there anyone, Greg, that really doubts the importance of practice?
Well, some players value practice time more than others. Some guys get to the gym early and stay late working on their game. Clearly, Perez is one of those guys, and it's helped his game tremendously.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And the fundamentals, when shots go up, guys are blocking out. Look at the numbers. It's ridiculous so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Harris, he's in at point guard. Bogdanovich is out there with Harris. And it's Young, and it's Morris in at the small forward position. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
Chris, you know how physically punishing the NBA can be, especially in the post. Which big men do you think are the most physical in the game right now?
Oh, well, I think you have to look at Drummond. Drummond. He's physical down there, man. He's a wide load. You still have to look at Marc Gasol, even though he's going through some injuries. Zebo. And then you got to look at Big Boogie Cousins out there. All those guys are physical, and you want to bang with any of them, and you want any of them to be on your team banging for you.
Yes. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Andrew Bogut is an elite defensive big man. He said, where I affect the game is the little things. Blocking shots, being a good help side guy, communicating.
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
That is easy to decipher. This team, this city, loves defense.
Well, most teams adapt the heart and the identity of their city, and there is a very blue-collar attitude with the great teams of the Pistons, and the city of Detroit loves to rally around teams like that. This city has a no-nonsense approach, and that pervades into their sports teams.
Andre Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Mavericks.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
And so it's Dallas with him. It's a 13-point game. Here's Williams, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Morris dishes to Harris. And it's good, 2 points. And the Pistons lead by 15.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now here is Harris. Kicks it to Young. The 10-footer. And that one hits back iron. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Darren Williams back in his hometown at Dallas. He grew up about a half hour from the American Airlines Center.
Yeah, the Nets bought him out of that contract, and the Mavericks making up the difference. Having him play alongside Wes Matthews, it's a fresh start for Williams, who's labored under the spotlight and the expectations in Brooklyn. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Wesley Matthews checked in for Harrison Barnes. Mavericks trailed by 11. Dishes it to Harris. Dallas moving it around. And the basket good by measuring.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Detroit's got fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They are 4 for 9. Harris kicks to Morris. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Here's a look at some stats for Tobias Harris. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up 6 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
Williams, rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And they continue to control the glass.
Harris passes to Young. Inside, and Drummond throws it down.
Well, you just got to respect the leaping ability of Drummond, leaving the floor effortlessly, throwing it through the hoop.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Williams against Harris. It's Matthews on the wing. Harris, great positioning on the putback. Harris has got his first points of the game.
Nice, he snuck a hand in there. That's the great anticipation he brings on the offensive glass.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Really, Prez is out of this world. His ability to knock down these tough shots despite the contact, that's what makes it so special.
A different look for Dallas. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Measuring. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. And Barea subbed in for Devin Harris. John Lure, he's checked in for Detroit. Ish Smith comes in for Morris.
Now, this team at times on the floor can remind you of the 2004 Pistons and how they play. Very unselfish, defensive-minded, and playing for one another. No big star, but doing what they can to get wins.
Now Harris, after the missed 3 from Darren Williams. And Lure gets it to go.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
Well, and as a result, their field goal percentage has been very solid. A really admirable job done by them so far.
And with that 2004 Piston team, Chris, you mentioned, that was the last title the franchise took back to Detroit. What a team, too, led by Ben Wallace.
Well, you talk about team basketball, and they pulled off one of the bigger upsets in the NBA Finals history when they dismantled the Lakers team stuffed with future Hall of Famers. They played the better team ball and were able to overcome Kobe and Shaq with GP and the Mailman.
And that one misses. So for the Pistons, Marjanovic checked in for Drummond. Stanley Johnson comes in for Young, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Harris. And the second free throw, good. Well, what can you say about Andrew Bogut? He is an absolute anchor, Chris, on defense.
Well, he's a load on defense. Look at his body. You can just see the space that Bogut occupies on the defensive end. He often will show just enough off his assignment, but can still help on a drive. Very quick hands to disrupt a lot of dishes in the lane or force awkward entry passes.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Pistons have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And the first one drops. And the great free agency shuffle in this past offseason, GA, a lot of teams saw a large amount of changes, Dallas being no exception. The Mavs now have 40% of the starting roster of the Warriors, who won great 73 games a season ago.
Crazy. I mean, Dallas has always been in the business of reloading instead of rebuilding. And probably the best way to reload is to get players from one of the best teams in our league, as they did with Barnes and Bogut. Dallas missed on some other free agent targets, but they did well for themselves this past offseason.
Now, here's Barea. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Clock at 6. Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Nowitzki's got his third bucket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
A tricky little pass fake there, working well. And the Pistons lead by 15.
Oh, I love the form that Caldwell Pope has. When he's open in the mid-range, he feels comfortable rising up from there.
And so we wrap up the first half. Pistons lead by 15. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Rick. What do you not like about how your team is playing so far?
Well, we weren't into it. We missed a block out. We were taking a couple of bad shots. So we just need to refocus. Key in this game, we got to take away their open jump shots and threes, and we got to rebound.
Rick, thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
I'm getting some salad. I'm getting 2 bowls of cereal for Frosted Flakes, 2 whole milks, some more bread, cheese. No, cheese weight.
Good work, guys. Bring it in.
Gain weight, so I can
have a seat.
But I ain't getting salad though.
I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them.
Salad.
Just do what you've been doing, and it's
Probably
smooth
fried
sailing.
chicken.
Let's go. Come on.
Some more bonus ones.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
No, that's just an amazing skill set, plus the great instincts, knows intuitively how to get himself open.
Bogut out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Matthews. Then there's J.J. Barea. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And modern NBA defenses have changed pretty dramatically since the league stopped enforcing man-to-man as the only strategy. What do you see from that change?
I see from that change guys kind of losing their skill one-on-one, having to score because they aren't used to playing against true defenses. I think sometimes it's a cop-out for the defense. I think the NBA is a different league. I think the NBA are the best players in the world, and therefore you should be able to guard your man one-on-one. I think that rule may have been put in place so that coaches can hide like defenders on their team that can't play defense, but yet still keep them as an intricate part of the team on offense on the other end. So I'm definitely not a big fan of it, but hey, it's a rule, and if I were a coach, I'd definitely use it if I saw fit. But it's just so hard to rebound on defense, so easy for the offense to rebound because you can't see. You have to communicate that much more. But, you know, hey, if you're playing against a team that is shooting the lights out and you want to stop penetration sometimes, that may be the way to go, but not a big fan of the zone.
Like that. Well, Harris and Barnes, Chris loves that corner three.
And Barnes is strong from that corner three spot, as you mentioned, to keep his three-point percentage high by favoring that spot. He's very comfortable shooting it from there, even if he's tightly guarded. And it also helps that he can put it on the floor and drive baseline and flush on you as well to keep defenders honest on him.
Now, here's Lure. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. It's going to be Drummond shooting. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that. The Pistons shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. A different look for Dallas. Measury, he's checked in for Bogut. White foul comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Matthews. And Detroit with a change here too. Tobias Harris is checked in for John Lure. Free throw good, Drummond.
One thing you knew about Stanley Johnson coming into this league as a rookie is that he already had an NBA body. He's deceptively strong with his frame and can close ground very quickly. He's hard to move when defending because of how strong he is.
Foul for 3. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Very slow start so far this half. They're only 1 for 4 so far.
And with Johnson, you know, the physical gifts, Chris, are just right in front of you.
Look, Kev, he reminds some a little bit of Jimmy Butler and how he first started his NBA career. He still has a lot to learn, but he can play tough defense.
Now, here's Berea. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Measury kicks the foul. He feeds it to Harris. Foul, the pass to Barnes. Dallas moving it around. They set the screen. In the corner, Powell with it. Good, it's Berea who picks up the assist. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Jackson dishes to Johnson. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Caldwell Pope kicks to Johnson. You can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, what about the concentration of Johnson? Just burying the bucket despite the harm.
And when Stanley Johnson was picked 9th overall by the Pistons in 2015, it was a bit of a surprise pick to many people.
And Kevin, you've seen flashes of why the Pistons were so high on Johnson. So far, he looks as strong as almost all small forwards from the draft. Who knows just how good this guy can get.
Deron Williams checked in for Dallas. Chris, every year we see less and less of the classic 20 and 10 big men. You average 20 points and 10 rebounds for your career. Why do you think we are seeing less big men hit those benchmarks?
You know what? I really don't know. I can't even act like I do, Kevin. You know, that was a different time, and I look at these kids now and I watch them play, and I'm in awe, and I admire their skill sets, and so I'm really not sure about that, but my mom always used to tell me, stay focused on what you can do, so I'm glad I stayed focused on hitting the boards and trying to get our team to get some wins.
Well said.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Mavericks trail by 16 to the left side wing. 1:31 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Measury, and he jams it with authority.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does great. Now here is Harris. It's Young on the wing. Harris passes to Harris. Harris, setting the pick for Harris. 4 on the shot clock. Detroit needs to get off his shot. And stolen by Harris. One thing you know is going to happen with Orange Juice is they are going to have a lot of fun out there. They definitely know how to play with a flair.
And they really seem to have just a genuinely good time playing with one another. There's just an extra hop in the step of both Prez and Young when they're on the floor.
Here's Williams. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Williams dishes to Harris. From deep. Here's Mesri. Soft touch off the glass. Mesri's got 10.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
That's just a real lack of physicality in the post there. No reason at all that they should have gotten the rebound off that piece.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 5. On its way from Young for 2. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Nice jump shot by Young. Looking totally in the zone, draining these Jays.
Here's Barnes. With 1 on the clock, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Detroit up by 16. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game, all right? Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Reaching efficiency, reaching defense. Rick Carlisle right there wants to see no mistakes out there.
Yeah, I mean, protect the basketball. Try not to force anything and just take what the defense gives you.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Chris, throughout your career, you spent a lot of time down low on the blocks, and we're seeing less of that now, those post-ups that were such a primary option when you played in teams' offenses. Does that concern you? Is that good or bad?
It's concerning from this point. Kids aren't being properly coached in the middle school and the high school level. Kids don't know how to play on the post. When you look back through the history of this game, whether it's big guards or big fellas, the post is not about how tall you are. The post is about how the closer you are to the basket, you usually have an advantage. And if you have game, then that pump fake game down there work and get you to the foul line. And if you are a good passer, then it draws the double team. It changes the angle that the defense has to look inside and play. It helps slow the pace down sometimes in the playoffs when the game gets tough and a little bit more physical. And we can say that everybody's changed their game, but only one team wins a year. So, you know, I don't know if the trend is necessarily not there with big guys not in the post. When I look at guys like Drummond, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, Horford, Jordan, Zebo, the Gasol brothers, there's still a lot of post players out there. So I don't subscribe to that opinion that is less on the post. I just subscribe to the opinion that maybe coaches don't want to coach that way because guys have post game. We just have to see if the game will change. But small ball right now is what everybody loves.
Great perspective. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. They've got John Lure. Smith is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Morris in at the power forward. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Jackson kicks to Smith. Back to Jackson. Caldwell-Pope outside. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And it's 7 points for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Nowitzki a screen. Williams passes to Nowitzki. That one goes. Counting.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Lure with it. He dishes it to Smith. On the wing, Jackson. Offline with his 3. Mavericks trailed by 19. Matthews dishes to Williams. Dallas moving the ball around. outside Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. The feed to Bogut. Second chance effort, and he lays it up and in.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Outside Jackson. It's Drummond, high post. Bogut on him. Outside Jackson. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Kept alive. Here's Drummond. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And in a short period of time, the former UConn Husky Drummond has blossomed into an elite center, just taking the league by storm. You can just feel the sense of optimism for this Pistons roster from fans of Detroit. You knew they would be improved, but I'm not sure how many expected a playoff appearance as early as last season. They're just brimming with talent.
First free throw is good. And there were some dark times for the Pistons over the last decade. In fact, the 6-year playoff drought from 2009 to 2015 that demonstrates that well.
Well, yeah, and that 6-year drought was tied for the longest in franchise history. It's not just that they have good players, it's that they have good young players. The rebuild that this team went under is still happening, but they appear to be way ahead of schedule.
And with Dirk Nowitzki setting screens in the pick and pop and Coach Rick Carlisle's schemes, the Mavericks always have the foundation for a terrific offense.
Out to the right wing. Here's Nowitzki. And it's Lure with the rebound. Pistons leading by 19. To the inside. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. And the Mavericks with great ball movement and player movement, and they limit the turnovers.
Yeah, a disciplined group, and they have a clear concept of what they're trying to do, and one of the top teams in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot attempts. And they keep it moving side to side, and the players off the ball stay in constant motion.
Detroit's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally on the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Andre Drummond.
Tonight, he got it done on the glass. It was exactly the kind of determination they wanted to see from him in the paint. The kind of grit and grind down low that wins you ball games.
And the basket by Harris. And going into this last draft, some new rules allowing college players more leeway, Chris, to test the NBA draft waters. Do you like that change?
I do like that change. I like it for the team, so they get a little more time to examine players and study and see who they really want. And I really like it for the players. This is the biggest decision of some of these guys' lives, and being able to decide if you really want to go forward with it, or do you need a little more time, or evaluate where you are in the process. I think that's very important, and so I think it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah. Great points. Harris missing again. And the Pistons with possession. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Smith kicks to Morris. Lure up top. Smith on the wing. Morris outside. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
No, that's the nail in the coffin. Conquer the game.
Here's Harris. No good on that one.
But that's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
Well, that's just a stupendous effort by him right there. He stopped him dead in his tracks.
another one.
And another one.
Another W in the books, man. So, who we got?
Man, we got the Wizards, and we're going to give them the same treatment. Got to.
Oh, man. 1 second.
Jason, or you could tag it Jason. If your name is Jason, this is you.
Oh, man.
This place. Last step is diet. There's more out there.
3 boxes?
That's right. That's just a week's worth.
What are you trying to do to me, man?
I'm going to make you a star. I see you already got a head start.
Oh, yeah, that's my mom, man. She sends me food every week.
A smart lady. Well, then you can just take this as a supplement. I make it myself. All fruits and vegetables. Some protein.
Yeah?
Yeah. You sip through that.
This is what you sip through?
Yeah, don't use your eye. Use your mouth.
Okay. What's in there?
Stuff.
It's going to help my core?
It's going to help your core.
All right.
Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey, yo!
8 more games before we finish the season. So yeah, man, we won against the Dallas Mavericks. We're going up against the Washington Wizards next game, so let's just do this practice. I'll probably make this last video against the Washington Wizards, so hopefully we can get the W. Big slime.
Dalle logiche del bench, aprire come sandwich, come si vorrebbe, stata sale come febbre che io non voglio perdere, senti come prende, lungo le mie vertebre, sale come febbre che io non voglio perdere, senti come prende, e non mi importa più di tutto ciò che è stato, non c'è la rabbia e la paura che...
Alright guys, so next episode we'll be going up against the Washington Wizards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 games before we reach the end of December. So yeah, man, not too far. But in the next episode we're gonna go against the Washington Wizards. Let me do this right quick. Do this right quick, then I'm gonna end the video. Alright guys, so on the next episode we'll be going up against the Washington Wizards. My phone is on 64%, so I'm gonna just record it to see how far we could go. But yeah, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.